Welcome, everyone. We're at the Strive 305 podcast today. My name is Tico Casamayor. I am your co-host, along with Irván Agustin.
How are we doing, folks?
Urban Impact Labs over there. The man with the plan, the good-looking one in the group. And today we have...
It's not the best, for the record.
Today we have with us a wonderful guest. She's going to teach us a lot in the world of marketing, Ana Yancy. Ana Yancy, we'll get to you in a minute because I got to give my thank yous.
You got her name right in the first try.
Right.
Ana Yancy.
I know my...
Yeah. He was scared, something else was going to happen, yeah.
She threatened to beat me if I said the name wrong, so there you go.
There we go.
All right, so where to get started? So real quick, thank yous. Mayor Daniela Levine Cava for the Strive 305 initiative. Thank you to the Beacon Council Foundation.
Beacon Council.
Our boys. Thank you to your district commissioner. Do you happen to know who your district commissioner is?
I know my mayor because I went to high school with him.
Oh, okay. Who's your mayor?
Brian Calvo, the new one, in Hialeah.
Oh, in Hialeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That one we know. All right, so... Oh, well, so if you're Hialeah, you're either going to probably be Senator Rene Garcia. He's most of Hialeah.
Yeah.
And then mine is Natalie. She's in the other district. But okay, anyway, so I want to give them a shout out. Thank you to our Wells Fargo, the people that finance our website.
You have to thank the people with the money.
We do, always.
Yep. So without them, we're going to be here. And of course, Grant Miller and Michael Miller. And Grant Miller's been hovering around. Let's hope he doesn't interrupt the show again. So we got to get rid of
news. They're all over the place. So that's why Grant's all over the place.
Yeah, we love this. This is our home, the community news home. Without them, we wouldn't be here either.
Yeah.
And then today we got a little sponsor. I want to look a little, show that center thing so these people can see the amount of food we got here today. And apologies if some of the stuff is half empty because Irván has not stopped eating it before the show.
Hey,
we're supposed to wait till after.
Dude.
We have Chef
I am
Ty.
not sorry. I'll do
Chef,
it again.
where are you? Stop flirting over there. Get over here. We need your help because I don't understand. I'm trying to read here, but I don't understand what any of this is.
We have 2 empty trays already.
Chef Taiwan DuPont from, what is Ty's Hometown Cafe and Bistro?
That's right.
Okay, tell us what we got.
So we have egg rolls, jerk, but we have a guava sauce to go with.
Did you call them jerk?
Yeah, jerk.
Why? Because they're spicy?
They're spicy. They're hot.
They're a little. All right, I'm gonna confess because I did have one, a little spicy. But if you throw in the guava with it, oh my God, it's like a chaser. It's perfect.
No, it was.
It's the perfect combination. But sorry for interrupting because I haven't tried any of this. So continue.
So we have the baked French toast. You haven't did what?
I haven't had any of it. By the way, the baked French toast.
That's the store you're sticking with? There's a whole empty tray over there that says otherwise.
That has his name on it.
You put the icing.
That has his name on it.
You put the icing on that thing. Oh,
it was
next level.
So,
it tastes good alone, but with the icing.
Yeah, so that is our signature cream cheese. We make that. That's a cinnamon.
Oh, that's yours?
Yeah, I make that. I make actually a signature sticky sauce. You're missing the wings. Next time you have to get the wings.
Oh my God, you have a sticky sauce? I didn't know that. No, but that is yours pre-made? I'm taking the leftovers. Yes. Nobody even think about it. Because I was just going to, I figured I'd go to Publix and buy some, make it myself.
We're going to have to arm wrestle Yancy.
All right.
And then we have our signature mac and tuna. So it's not mac and tuna, it's actually salmon and grilled shrimp. Tiger shrimp. So it's sauteed with onion, celery, and different ingredients that we make. And we make our own seasoning too. So when you taste it, we make seasonings and we make our own sticky.
Make everything from scratch?
Everything from scratch.
Wow. That's the one thing I haven't really tried. Everything else, yes, I've eaten already.
Yeah.
And can you take a moment with the aesthetics? Like, it's all so beautiful.
Oh,
it
thank
is.
you.
It is.
Let me ask you a question. What is this? Because I tried to do something with this, but it didn't work out for me.
Powdered sugar.
Oh, it's powdered sugar.
This is not the 80s, dude. You don't do that.
Okay, really?
Really? Sprinkle for your little razzle dazzle.
Very nice. All right.
So where do we find you?
You find me downtown Brightline. I'm actually located there from Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 4.
Brightline Station in downtown Miami?
Yes, you can find me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now we know where to go.
Come visit me for brunch, y'all.
100%.
We will. Thanks so much for stopping by. This is amazing.
I appreciate you all for having me.
If you're able to watch the show, because we have listeners sometimes, we have a radio show, but if you're able to watch the show, keep your eye on this, on all the food in here, because whenever the camera goes off me, I will be sneaking. So let's see who can figure out which things I've been taking while the camera's on me.
Well,
and if Anthony shows it again, last time I did that, he showed me with my mouth about to stick food in my mouth. If he does it to me again, I'm killing him.
It was actually the French toast he was sticking in his mouth.
Get out! Get out of here.
This could be a drinking game. Take a shot every time Tico takes a bite.
There you go. to watch the show later in the day, 'cause it's kind of early.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Okay, let's get back to the show and the reason she's here. As we all know, the Strive 305 initiative. Anayansi is Strive 305. We met her at the hub. You couldn't go that day, Evans. You were doing one of
Oh,
your...
the one time in Noel?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Noel's the hub where we'll explain what the hub is in a minute, but I
Yes.
want to tell everybody
It's a
that
co-work
where
space
Evans
downtown. It's a great
co-work
space.
Yeah,
It's
but while he
amazing.
wasn't there that day, he was doing one of his modeling shoots.
Oh.
You know, he
Wow,
models for
really?
like the what are those Camel
Cigars?
no, the Camel cigarettes. He
Okay.
does Calvin Klein
Oh,
underwear, stuff like that.
okay,
So he couldn't go that day.
I'm a legend in Tico's mind.
But that day we went to the hub
Speak silent.
co-working space. But the cool thing about that location, it's everybody's it's almost like they're all artists and it's a community. And you walk in and you feel like inspired. She inspired
so
me.
there's a ton of business owners, and it could range from anything, right? So we have content creators at the hub, we have marketers like myself, we have VCs with their firms, and small business owners, and people that will put on whole events for you. And that's the amazing thing about the hub is that there's so many different kinds of business owners all under one roof, really helping one another and coming together and truly creating a community. So Noelle Jackson is the founder, and I call her my second mom. I've been at the hub since, honestly, the first week it opened, and I never left.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's amazing.
And one of our resources on the Strive 305 Hub.
Yeah.
Great way to start a business when you don't want to invest in a brick and mortar and have to go through all that stress and the trouble off. It's all there ready to
But
set
like
up.
you mentioned, it's really also the community.
And the
having
community you
people
get
in
around you, you get
proximity.
someone like
Other
her.
people working and connecting and doing the same thing you are, and you're all on the same level, pushing to just create things. So
Yeah.
it's good to have that around you. But
Yeah,
it
yeah,
is
yeah.
an amazing resource. I love going to the hub.
And what I want you to get out of her, Irvon's today, to teach everybody what she does, her actual business, is critical to any business.
Yeah.
But there's two reasons, and I'll give you my reasons when I was starting up that I didn't use someone like you. Number one, I was scared. Number two, I thought I couldn't afford it. And number three, I thought I could do it on my own,
Oh,
which everybody thinks they
most
can.
most of us.
especially nowadays.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Most of us as small businesses, a lot of people think that, you could just do it yourself, or
Yeah.
not, you don't want to have the expense, and you don't realize it actually helps you make money.
It helps you
Right.
make money, and if you do it with the right team, you actually end up not paying. You end up paying less than you would for a full team or someone in house, and that's what a lot of people don't understand when you have a media agency or a marketing agency on your side.
Right. Because again, Hialeah, cheap. First thing I do, no, I'll do it myself. Ooh, this is a lot of work. I had no idea it was so much work. Let me just get one person and hire him to work to do that for me. But then you've got the person that specializes in one thing. Oh, wait, but then we have to do this and we have to do this and this and this. And what about all the other stuff? Oh, so then you're like, okay, wait, let me not do that. Let me bring in somebody from outside that's a one-man team that'll do my social media management. And poof, you give them that. And the same thing. They're just specialized in one thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it helps to some degree, but you're building, and then it's almost like you're building. Imagine going to the gym and working out, and you're only working out one arm.
Yeah.
Right. Everything else is like, oh, and I got a giant bite and this size. Oh, I realized that after trying all that, that's what happens.
Doing the hard work.
That's honestly why Yancy Media started. So I don't think of communication as just separate silos. I think of it as a full continuum. My background is in public relations and journalism, so I come from the storytelling background. And throughout time, honestly, in marketing, I started to realize that just one spectrum of it didn't do the job for you in order to market you or a person or a company. And I really started to think about what are all these different segments or ways that you need to market a company. And reality is nowadays you need content creation. Nowadays you need email marketing for different touch points. You need PR, and you need a great story. And what ends up happening is, as a company, like you mentioned, you go find one person that does email marketing. Maybe that's it. But then you don't have anything on your content side or on your social media. So you go find somebody else that does that. And then you need a third person for PR. And all these people, a lot of the times, either have their own agencies, they don't communicate with one another. And then your message just gets diluted or it gets confusing. And I definitely, because I worked on so many different areas and industries in marketing, I was constantly having to talk to these people back and forth and trying to fix all these messages. Until it took me a while, or it took me a minute, and I said, why don't we just do this all in-house? Why don't we have one agency that actually starts with your correct story from the beginning, that then creates your branding, creates the visible side of it, that then that same story drives the content that you create for that company, and then eventually you also know who are the media outlets and the PR people and the podcasts that they need to go on, because it all goes in hand with your brand.
Question for you. Well, you used the word story several times,
Yes.
and what is it that you think that businesses of many other types forget about why the story is important. Because many people focus on a product and like, I'm selling
Right.
this one thing,
Oh
but
my
what
God,
is it about the story that they don't realize is important?
So there's I don't know if you're familiar with Simon Sinek. He is marketing extraordinaire, and he always says start with your why. Because like you mentioned, businesses normally go and say what they do. Reality is no one truly is sold on about what you have. It's about why should I care to have it, or why did you even start it in the first place. So when you truly dive in on the why I started my company, or why this product is the best product that you're ever going to have, that is what sells people. That is what motivates people. That is what makes them feel either loved, either happy, either scared. And that's why for me, stories are so important, because whenever I think of a company or a brand, I start with, why are you even here in the first place?
Yeah.
Why did you start this? You know, normally my communications blueprint is like a 90-minute consultation with any client. And I truly, now it looks a little bit different, but before I used to take them to a 15, 20-year timeline of where are you right now? Where do you want to be 5 years, 10 years, 20 years down the line? And why did you start this? And the why, your personal why versus the company why could be different, but at some point it always intersects. And that is the story that you want to tell people. That's truly what sells them. It's not about my product, my iPhone, right? My iPhone, it can call people, it can send text messages, but why do you truly have an iPhone?
You're asking the question?
Yeah. Why do you truly have an
Oh,
iPhone?
I can't answer that question.
No?
No, it's inappropriate.
Can you answer the question?
Why?
Why?
I don't have an iPhone.
What do you have?
I have a Samsung.
Okay, why?
Why? Because then my kids can't track me. They track my wife everywhere, and they bother.
I love your
Okay, so
response.
privacy.
That is unbelievably honest, and I
As
love
soon
it.
as they find my, as soon
Spectacular.
as they
I have a
like
great
track
friend that does the same
I
thing.
know, Mom. I see you over there by Wendy's. Can you stop by? And like, they can't do that with me.
So you have it for privacy.
I have it. Yeah, but I'm also comfortable with it. I've had
Okay.
it for a while.
That is hilarious.
And yeah.
Wait, before you keep going, Ravans, can you,
Anybody
can you
following
hand me
along?
that right there,
if
please?
you're later in the day and
you
you're
very
playing
much.
a drinking game, Tico has taken food just for the record.
Just- No, I was just wanted to show the cream cheese to everybody that I was mentioning earlier.
This
You know,
guy.
not because I'm going to use it on this. Thank you very much. Okay. Sorry, I interrupted with the cream cheese because I needed it. I've been waiting. I couldn't
Right.
figure out a way to get my arm over there without it coming out on camera. Okay, you mentioned those 4 or 5 things before. Mm-hmm. The different arms of marketing.
Right.
Can you explain them, please?
Each one?
Just a little bit, because for me personally, I don't care
Okay.
about them at this point, because this
Okay.
is important to me. So tell me, you started with, let's say, content creation.
Right. So
What do you mean by content creation, and what is it applied to?
So before I start with that, I do want to say that I think marketing nowadays definitely draws in the line between truth and persuasion. And that's why I say it's a spectrum, right? So journalism and storytelling, that tends to be more on the truthful side of things, right? Journalism is supposed to be fact-based, not supposed to be biased. And then on the persuasion side, that is where you tend to have more of the content creation side. That is where you also tend to have more of the PR side, because in a way, you're kind of using these two in order to sell your story out there. Mm-hmm. So starting with each different silo. Content creation is probably the one that people are most familiar with nowadays because of social media. So content creation is, let's say when you open up Instagram and you have videos that you see, reels, or you have carousel stories, that is the intent of just creating videos, creating just any narrative that is going to be engaging. That is the main thing nowadays with content creation, is you have to make your product, whatever it is that you're saying, is engaging. That is why like rage baiting, I think it's called, rage posting, it's so viral nowadays. And that is why you see people dancing in the middle of the street, because, you know, as you're scrolling nowadays, what's going to get that person to stop?
Right.
So that's content creation.
But-
Uh-huh.
Content creation, explain the difference between organic
Oh, and paid?
and paid.
Okay. Oof.
And there's a bunch of different channels. I'm
Oh,
trying
yeah.
to share, because I know there's all these millions of things.
Yeah, there is. So the channels we refer to as, specifically for content creation, as a different social medias, right? So Instagram is a channel, Threads is a channel, Twitter is a channel, LinkedIn is even a channel.
X.
And depending on the channel that you're using,
You consider X a channel?
yes,
Okay.
Twitter X.
Oh. Oh, you
I'm a
call it-
diehard Twitter
Yes.
girl. I was on Twitter.
Yeah.
Instagram, Facebook, Twitter,
I still can't
LinkedIn.
say
LinkedIn.
X.
No,
It's-
yeah,
it's Twitter.
it doesn't.
Is
it's
YouTube
Twitter.
considered a channel? Or is that
YouTube is
YouTube?
considered a channel, right?
Apple.
Apple
whether
TV,
you,
like-
where you put your you can put
Oh,
podcasts
like
on
Apple
Apple.
Podcasts, yeah.
So those that
So,
whole world. So you
yes.
see how many there are?
Right.
Okay, so what do you recommend for a business? I mean, not to be specific, but for a printing company that's been around 40 years, that's building the brand, and that the brand has been getting built, but the problem with the brand of this particular company is that the owner's brand has actually the one that's been growing. So the business is down here. Do you suggest that the owner continue to just build his brand and bring the company with him? Does he transfer and make the business the brand? Because the problem
Chico's
is,
asking for a friend.
right?
So if the owner already has that audience and that ownership, like just incorporate your business into that.
Okay, and then which channels do you recommend? Because another thing that happens, I know I keep interrupting you, I'm sorry, but another thing that happens is age of the people, I think, determines the channel, no? Like, what are the old people using? Because I see old
Yes
people,
and no.
like the
You'd be
grandpas took over
surprised.
Facebook, but now Instagram and Instagram
Yeah, and TikTok.
exist.
You know how many older folks are on
TikTok
TikTok?
too?
They're
So
older
then
generation.
Where's the younger
yes.
people going now?
Well,
Or are they all over the place?
They're all over the place. So here's the thing. TikTok has, and don't quote me on this number, I think right now they were at no, that could have been Facebook, 2.6 million. So it depending on the age, they're all over the place. So for example, Instagram tends to have more of the millennials. TikTok tends to have more of the Gen Z generation. Snapchat also tends to have a lot of Gen Z and younger generations. LinkedIn tends to be more for professionals. So if you're trying to get a job, probably be on LinkedIn. If you are more of the aesthetically pleasing kind of like influencer trying to sell clothing, TikTok Shop works really well for you, as well as Instagram. If you are a brick and mortar business, it truly depends the product that you're selling and what kind of people you're trying to target to. Back to your question as to like, what's the difference between organic and paid media? Nowadays in marketing to succeed, you need both things. So, and you need a mixture of both. So paid media is what people consider ads. Ads can also be run in different mediums, right? So you can run Google, Facebook, Meta ads. You can even do like Reddit ads. So, and then even within Google, there's like Google search ads, which is basically ads based on like, when you go online, you're like restaurants near me, Chinese restaurants near me.
Pay-per-click.
Right, pay per click. So you bid on those. On the Meta side, basically you create a video or something and you say, show this video to people, let's say, for example, people that are interested in brunch, looking near downtown, are probably interested in food blogs or food accounts, might be looking more for Caribbean food, let's say. And those are the kind of interests that you put in your ads. And then it will show them to those people. It doesn't guarantee that they're going to click on it or land on your page or that they're going to buy your product, but it gets you a little bit closer to that.
I would add to that also, though, who's going to actually pay for this thing? So if we go with your example, for your friend, if he happens to have a printing company, if you happen to, like, my kids aren't going to be the ones paying for ads or buying, so I wouldn't target them. I'd probably target other folks who have businesses in place and other things are going to be, so that might also help identify what channel you're trying to select. Because there's literally a channel for anything and everything. I even saw a channel on Reddit for just AI bots.
Oh, yeah.
AI bots have their own
Multibook.
like, which is kind of scary if you look at it. It's a whole separate conversation. But there's a channel for literally everything. And then so it's really just more like, where's the audience you're trying to find? And then focus on that channel. That's it.
Yeah. I know there's a ton, and then there's ways of doing organic combined podcasts with an organic marketing, like Chef Ty. Wow, that's delicious. Get it? Organic.
There's
And
a
I needed an
commercial for you,
excuse to
Chef
put
Ty.
this in my mouth because I've been dying to eat it. Oh my God, spectacular. But
yeah, there's different mediums, and it truly depends, like Irvan said, that who are you trying to target? Who are the people that are trying to buy your product? And then from there on, you will create your content based on that medium. Every medium is different. For example, if you're on Twitter or X, really deep, provoking thoughts are what tend to work there. Same thing for LinkedIn. Where if you go on Threads, there's not a lot of like deep thought and knowledge there, but but again, it also depends on what your algorithm, what you're promoting, what your algorithm is showing
clothing
you.
or an outfit or a shirt, and you get the person dancing, they go, wow, I love that, the way that looks on her. Ooh, where do I get that?
Or if you're just trying to get visibility versus actual sales? Because I think that there's people who just like the noise, but you wanted to also transfer to somebody coming to your store and buying.
Right.
something.
Well, I think that's a big difference and misleading as well nowadays, that visibility and brand visibility does not always equate to leads or sales. And I think very few marketers, or not, I don't want to say very few, but not a lot of people understand what that funnel looks like. Top funnel, bottom of funnel, and how to actually get that customer in order to buy something.
Yeah.
If you truly know your customer and your company, you should know exactly how much you have to spend in order to get someone to buy your product.
So is the goal to get the customers to go through the entire funnel?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so top of funnel, so it's like this whole thing. But basically, top of funnel is like your brand awareness, right? And it's probably going to take a couple of touch points before somebody makes it to the next part, which is consider action or desire. So you can start with brand awareness, right? Like, I see your video. Okay, cool. I like the food looks really good. But then I kind of like forget about it. I might follow the page. That's it. Then I see another video. And then maybe you comment something, maybe you tell me to comment and I get 10% off your next purchase. And then I comment and now I'm on your email list and that's your second touch point. So now I'm on the consideration stage, might want to buy, might not. Then you hit me with another follow-up, maybe a text message or another email. And eventually it gets to a point where I'm bombarded so much with your information that I do decide to make a purchase.
Right. And people need to see a thing 5, 7, 10 times or whatever that number is, right?
Yeah, so last time I checked, the touch points were like, I think 12 to 16 touch points nowadays.
But is it less now? Because it used to
No,
be
it's
7.
more. And then it's actually getting a lot more because we tend to be bombarded with so much information in through all different channels. That's why I say it doesn't, nowadays one type of marketing does not work. You can't just do content creation. You can't just do email marketing. You can't just do organic. You have to do a mix of all this and PR and in-person events in order to truly get people to resonate with your brand and be there. Like, I think it takes, now it's harder to get loyal customers than ever and to get them to retain.
Okay, you mentioned PR. Tell me PR, because that's, everybody asks me, what's PR? How do I explain it? I have difficulty explaining it to me, so I'm glad you're here because you're going to do this for me.
Oh, it's changing so much. So before, PR was a very strong way to get exposure and narratives driven. Nowadays, because we tend to have a lot of individual journalism happen, it's easier to get PR, but it's not always easier to get good relevant PR.
What's individual journalism?
So I'm sure you guys have seen the rise of, like, for example, like Candace Owens would be considered an individual journalist, right? Doesn't necessarily, I believe she did study some kind of journalism, but I'm not sure that she completely
So it's just like someone who does have a journalist background of some type.
Or not even, yeah.
Now they're not with a network, but they just have their own platform.
Right, and it's not even, they don't even have to have some kind of journalism background. It's just they created enough presence for themselves that now they are an authority voice.
Got it.
That's us.
That's huge, Higo.
That's you and me.
Yeah, podcasts
Yeah,
are
but that's
big.
not fair because I have a master's in journalism and a PhD in PR. And
No.
Yeah, no.
if I say it, I have it.
Right, that's how it works
That's how it
nowadays.
works, exactly.
Yeah,
No,
that's
100%.
honestly how it works.
So everybody's a reporter, everybody's a PR guy. Exactly. So
Right.
how do you leverage that into, and how do you make a decision on what to do?
So it really comes down to understanding what that company or brand is, what their message is, and what is the best podcast or the best news outlet that can represent them better.
For the demographic.
So, right, for their demographic. That's why, for some people, maybe being on the Miami Herald makes total sense, and that is a form of PR. So normally, traditional PR, you would meet with your client, hear what they have to say, why their story is important, and then you will pitch that story to said outlets. You would pitch it to a reporter in the Miami Herald. You would pitch them on CNN. They would do a talk show, Good Morning America, whatever. That's normally, and that still works. Right, that's your
That's what I
traditional
wanted
PR.
you to explain. That's traditional basic
That is,
PR.
right, traditional
Which
basic
is
PR.
Actually simple compared to nowadays.
Right,
Yeah,
and that's
right?
also considered earned media, by the way.
Right.
So that was the name. So nowadays, it still works to that extent, but there's also paid media, which you don't know is paid media. So paid media is like, I'm paying to be part of a podcast. They're saying that I am the #1 bestseller. Could be true, could not be true. There's no one maybe did the due diligence to check. And now I am on this podcast with tons of millions of viewers saying that I am said person. And it runs with it. And then that catches virality nowadays because content creation goes, can go so many ways.
Yeah.
So that is one way of it nowadays. Another way of it is you can also pay to be featured on certain news articles and certain newspapers. So there's a lot of, that's where you kind of have to know and understand the difference. And there are newspapers that are created, they seem like they have a ton of subscribers and followers, but reality is that everyone that is on there pays to be on there. So personally for me, because I come from a journalism background and PR background, I tend to find those less credible. I always prefer to do earned media for my clients rather than paid media. Because it's just, you're paying to say this is who I am.
Translation. At least my translation of what you just said. You go to those Instagram accounts and you go, oh my God, like this guy's got 600,000 followers.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And then you go to this other guy, he's got 3,500 followers. And then you go and you look at their videos, they have either the same or the guy with 3,500 has more views and more likes and more what's that called? More engagement.
Yeah.
Than this guy. Why? Because those 600,000 followers were bought. Like you can pay a robot to generate 600,000 fake followers.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I called fake. They could even be real, but they could be randoms that nobody even exists. Which is very deceptive when you are a buyer.
Yep.
And you can be tricked because now. And again, I've learned from. So my brother's company is República Havas, which is a huge marketing company, and also I learned from them. I go in there, I hang out, and then I steal them, and I've learned that they
You learn, you're stealing.
Yeah, steal is a little
by
tactic.
stealing from my brother. It's my brother. I'm allowed to. So I found it interesting to hear some of the account execs talking that no, they're using more micro
influencers
versus the big boys.
Oh yeah.
It generates more engagement. But you have to be targeted.
Yep.
You target the ones that talk about stuff that's relevant to the client.
Yeah.
And it generates more results than a random
than
the
a
big
1
boys.
million followers. Well, I've always said there are, and I think I tweeted this a couple back, so I got some backlash on it. But I said your favorite influencer doesn't want you to know that they're actually not making any money, and that's because there's people with a ton of millions of followers that are saying they're making all of these monies and brand deals and all that, but no, they're actually not, for so many reasons. One, very few people know how to actually monetize their audience and engagement. Two,
We don't. We work for food.
yeah.
For the record, because if people ask,
We work for
Strive
food.
305 is an initiative that from the county that Irvon's and I volunteered to help with, and they got us doing this, and we also
And that's why we eat.
Even your.
You get paid
Just
in
so you
different
know,
ways.
even our sponsor for today, we'll give you the perfect example. Our sponsor, Chef Ty, right? This is we're doing this to help her.
Right.
She's our sponsor. She didn't pay to be here. She's not paid advertisement.
And this is PR.
Yes, for her, but I'm
Organic,
saying she's
earned.
not paying for you guys for me to say this is good.
Right.
If this stuff sucked, I could say it because she's not going to take away the money.
Right.
So what I'm telling you is 100% fact. And if you don't believe me, just keep looking at how that keeps disappearing. The food does. So this is kind of like we are one of those famous influencers that don't make money, but at least we say we don't make it.
Yeah.
At least we're honest
We're
about
not
it.
Yeah,
faking.
you're honest about it.
But it's really crazy
How
Yeah.
do you
how it works.
from your standpoint, how do you, your brother and his analysts, whatever, they switched to using the micro-influencers for a reason. Like, how do you, as a professional, decide, like, hey, this isn't working. There's so much noise out there.
Yep.
And so
Oh,
many
yeah.
different things happening. How do you decide what's working, what's not working, and when?
Not easy. Yeah, what she's going to tell you is not easy. It's having knowledge.
So you mean overall or just like on the micro-influencer side?
Just overall.
Overall, how do you pick for your clients?
Micro-influencers is now, but in
Right.
10 minutes it might be goats. Like, who knows, like, what.
What
Yeah.
Yvonne is asking you is to explain the way you do it so he can steal it like I steal from my brother. In
Yeah.
other words, we want to steal it and we want
Gotcha.
all of our listeners out there to be able to learn from you.
okay.
So,
No.
so you're doing a service. No,
How
it's
about
not.
to her how she does as a professional, so people can go to her. Which you should totally list your business on the Strive 305
She
website.
probably
by the
is,
way.
no? You're not?
I don't
You should
know.
be a
You
resource.
should
If you're
totally
not,
be.
you got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
You
should
definitely
list
one.
as a resource.
But the best way to grow is to help others.
Right.
So that's what she's going to do. Help
And
others.
that's what I've done a lot
by
with
telling us how
startup
you do it. I mean, you don't have
founders.
to give. You're not giving away secrets. Everybody knows them.
No, of course.
And if anybody can do them.
Yeah.
But you can't do it on your own.
Right.
It's a business.
No, it's a business.
Hence why she exists.
Yeah.
If I could do it on my own, I would, but I can't afford it because I can't. That's why she's going to do it for me now.
So it takes a lot of strategy. I'll
a
say
gift.
that. And really how I start, my biggest thing, like I say, yes, I do content creation, I do all this, but reality, it all starts with the strategy. That's why I tend to have the 90-minute consultations with my clients, yada, yada. But really, like I said, normally I sit down with my client, I say, okay, what is that message that I'm trying to get out there to you about you? Then, depending on the channels, let's just focus on Instagram for a while. Instagram tends to be a platform where people want to be entertained, right? Like if you're scrolling through Instagram, and that's not to say you don't want education, but you have to find that happy medium of how do I educate an audience enough about what it is that I'm doing or selling versus how do I entertain them. So then you start looking at like, okay, what are some of the videos that are actually performing well? How are people engaging now with the platform? And reality is right now, it's like the first 3 seconds of a video matter now more than ever. So even first 3 seconds, which is nothing.
Go.
So a good viral video tends to be those videos that either catch you off guard because you either said something crazy on screen, like Tico will be amazing for something like this. He would...
Tell me, I'll do it.
Yeah, like you would probably, I don't know, like you're exactly what you've just been doing. And you're like,
no, and then Anthony keeps freaking putting me every time I take a bite. He sticks my face with my mouth full.
Yeah, like something like that. Like
I
the
want
first
free
3
food
seconds.
forever, chef.
And then he'll say something along the lines of like, I bet you're wondering what this white custard is, or something like that. And it's like, if I'm scrolling and I'm like, why is this guy eating on camera? You know, what is he doing? That already got me to stop. And then he'll start explaining what it is that the food is and where it came from and who made it. And that is how you get someone to just start listening to your video longer, to be more interested in your brand. But so that's just one piece of strategy when it comes to overall like content creation. But yes, so normally what I would do with my client is like, think about what is their story? What am I trying to get out there? What is that outlet? The first 3 seconds of the video, what is that going to be? I create a full content calendar on that. Also based on pillars. Somebody the other said, they said content pillars were dead. I don't believe that, because content pillars are basically two to five things or messages that you really want your audience to know at every single video. So for example, if I have a brand that it's mostly, I'll use one of my previous clients. So I had a brand that they were basically the competitors, let's say, to like TaskRabbit, which is where you know, if I need someone to put a light bulb in my apartment, I use it and they come. So one of the things that I would want the audience to know is that it's so easy to use the app that you don't even have to think about it, and that it saves you time. So those are going to be two of my content pillars, and I'm going to make sure that I show that in the best way possible in each video. And it could be done through humor, right? Whatever's happening.
Like, you have to make sure you mention those
exactly. And then I can say like, okay, I want someone to know that this is the super easy, convenient way to save time for me. And I will make a video of me running out the door, throwing my shoes off, whatever, and sitting in the car and saying like, oh crap, I forgot I needed to get this fixed. Oh wait, let me just use this app, get it done, and then I come back and I'm all relaxed. That's, you know, I touch my content pillar there. I save time. Did I have to stand in front of you and say, oh, I did this, I saved time by doing this? No, I showed you how I did that. And that is where that storytelling comes from. And that is where that entertainment piece comes from it too. So to answer your question, I can't really, like, there's not one specific formula.
No, but that's great. And but again, it is understanding the foundation of everything you're talking about, but then also synthesizing it into an actual video or something and how it plays out. And that's the skill set and ability that you provide to small business owners. What are like two other things that you wish small businesses understood about?
You can't. We only touched on pillars and content creation.
We're not going to talk about everything.
We're out of time. That's what I'm saying. That's awesome.
Gosh.
But we talked about two things.
That was fast.
We need to do all the other three. No, she's going to have to come back. I refuse.
Oh my God.
No, because this is critical.
Yeah, it's a lot of info.
This is one of the most important things a small business needs to have and know.
Yeah.
So, summary. You're not going to be able to do it on your own no matter how much you try. You can try and try, but you're not going to get it done right on your own. You've got to get somebody that knows. If you think you can't afford it, talk to her. Make sure she works around. She helps the different people.
Yeah.
And there's different ways of paying for this world. I didn't even ask her this, but I know there's different ways of paying, because I've been approached before where people tell me, Tico, we want you to promote our product, and we'll pay you with some of the earnings that we make on what you do in sales. So that's another tricky way to do it.
Yeah.
I've never done it because I'm embarrassed. What you're going to teach me is how to turn that into money. I'm embarrassed to ask for money. I don't know what it is. I always say, no, I can't do it, which is my weakness. But it's hilarious. And I did something stupid funny for a friend of mine. I took on my van because I needed it to get repainted and fixed. He's a body shop.
Yeah.
And I'm going, oh, you know what? Grant Miller's always doing stupid commercials. Let's do a commercial for your van thing. And I did it. And Oh my God, 3 different people DM'd me that they crashed their car with this guy. Can this guy help me? And I send it to him.
Yeah.
I'm already down to, and I'm saying this on air, that he's going to do it for me at cost.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking if after I get him a couple more, I want it for free.
I was about to say,
Right? Because it
if you got
really,
them clients,
if you know what you're doing, it works. I just got lucky and I copied Grant's method, you know,
Yeah.
of the craziness and the whatever. So now I have people calling me, telling me, hey, oh no, you weren't here, but they're doing, a friend of mine is doing 20,000 sit-ups in 30 minutes. A
Oh
machine that
yeah,
does
with the
20,000.
machine. Yeah.
Yes, and he goes, come and do it.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm going, obviously, he just wants to do videos and stuff, and I'm doing it. I'm not going to charge him for it, but now he won't charge me for the third
For the
20,000
service,
sit-up. By the time I'm done, what's 6 times 20? 6 times 20, you're at 120. 120,000 sit-ups I'm going to do in 6 weeks. But all I got to do is take off my shirt. Hello, I would have done that. I would have paid to take off my
do
shirt.
that for free.
Right.
No, I would pay to have somebody show me taking them. So the point being is all this stuff works, but it's craziness. You know, I'm doing it like a crazy person. Imagine if I
Yeah.
had somebody like you managing and then turning that into money. That's the same thing for a business.
Right.
They'll turn your content, they'll turn your product, they turn your, and you need it. Everybody thinks they don't need it. You need it, especially in
2
today's
quick
world.
things.
Go.
One, anybody else is drinking at home? Tico finished another one. He ate 2.
One of these.
Miss Nancy.
Yes.
Where do people find you?
Okay, so the company's website is yancymedia.com. Our Instagram is also Yancy Media, and my personal Instagram is Anna the Marketer.
Okay, but how do you spell Yancy, please?
Yancy, Yansy, and then media.
Yeah, important because it's
Yeah.
And Anna the Marketer, yes, I follow her
Anna
there
the
too.
Marketer.
Have to go follow you.
Last thing, your Instagram, right? You have a picture pinned. Your first picture pinned
Yes.
is with who?
With Mayor Levine Cava.
And who took the picture?
You took the picture.
So I'm a
That's
photographer,
right.
content creator, you
Yeah,
see?
you are.
I
And it's
am
a
her-
really nice picture. Actually, I had to chase him down for this picture.
She did, actually.
Because-
She pulled me by my hat. She got me by the back of the neck like this. Come here. And I'm like, what happened? You haven't taken a picture of me with the mayor. I go, oh, sorry.
Yeah, I was like, first of all, I need my picture. And then he says, I'm going to send it to you. And I was like, oh, okay. I texted him every day until I got my picture.
I did send it. It takes
I
me.
got it before the hub. Like, I got the entire album before
For everybody else.
before everybody else.
Okay, but do you understand what I go through now, people? You see what I go through? This is every time because I like to take pictures. I like to do
Yeah.
the podcast. Already, you know what's going to be as soon as we get off here, right, everyone? When can I get the link? When can I see
Yeah.
the podcast? When can I use it for promotion?
Send her to
Oh, it's okay.
that.
I already made friends
You
with
with the producer.
with the
She doesn't
producer.
need
Don't
to
worry.
say
It's live. You'll see it, and then you'll hear it later on Sirius XM
Yeah.
as well. And then one last piece of advice for just as an example, if I'm Chef Ty, I would get this video, chop up all the parts
Oh,
we did
yeah?
talking about her and me and eating it, and turn that into a 1-minute clip, and maybe it becomes like goes mini
showed
viral
it.
for her
Yeah.
because there was some funny stuff, especially the part about Irvan saying that he tried to snort this instead of put it on the
You know
things.
what I would?
You
No,
can't
you know
prove
what would be
that.
so good?
I
Just
think everyone should
Really,
rewind
look
the
at your nose,
video
Irvan.
and
It's
see.
all covered in white.
every single
That's
clip
gray
where
hair,
he's
dude.
eating.
Oh, is that what
I'm
that
an
is?
old man.
Like craft those and be like, how good is our food? Just ask him. Doom. Like,
It was in his mouth. Every time
Yeah?
he was holding it. Every
yeah.
I was getting caught all the time. That's a Chef Ty over there babbling. If you want to hear, there you are. She's coming out on the camera right now.
That's right. We got the.
Wave up. It's our blimp. We have a blimp. That's the blimp cam.
We got mini blimp in the
Oh my
studio.
God. See, we're having too much fun, Angie. We're never gonna leave. So yeah, and another thing you can do, which oh my God, you see, we keep asking, is doing collaborations with other people
Yes.
when you put a post.
There's so much. Honestly, there's so much in marketing, and I will say this. There are a lot of different areas of marketing. The best thing you can do is either find a marketer that has touched all these different areas, like myself, and it took me about 8 years to touch them all, and have them help you with your marketing, or to truly hire a media agency that covers all these areas, which is what I did. So it's not myself, just I have a team of 5, and I have videographers, I have editors, I have strategists, PR people. And honestly, for that same price, like it would cost you more to either do it yourself because it's going to cost you your time, your effort. And as a business owner, you have a lot of other things to worry about. So might as well handle the marketing and leave it to somebody that knows what they're doing. And 2, it's really going to also cost you to have an in-house team on your own, not to mention you have to train them.
Yeah.
She
I know
forgot
that.
another part, but when it comes to cost, and when you're doing all these platforms, they each have a separate cost. You don't know which one to get. You don't know which one to do. You might get them all, and then when you're using an agency, they already have them. So you're sharing the expense with them on that platform that they're you. So it's again, it's a no-brainer. You got to do it.
And you, on the
and
back,
then
it's not just paying this person's salary.
yeah, we
You
got to get out. We got to
insurance
stop.
and
We're going to
everything
get in
else.
trouble because these people get mad. The last thing I'm going to say before you clap us out, as she mentioned, she touches her client. She's never touched me. None of her people have ever touched me. I
You're
want to
not
put that
her
out
client yet.
there. I know,
Oh, no.
but just in case. We've not touched